I guess I see the issue of trust as going back to a general issue of trust across all society as a whole, a lack of trust in politicians, a lack of trust in institutions, and a lack of trust in journalists because we're seen as part of the elite. So I guess to me, there are all kinds of different ways that we can try to combat that. One is to be very open and accessible so that we're actually meeting as many people face to face as we can, so they know that we're people and they can kind of assess our trustworthiness as people themselves. So that's why we do lots of events, for example, or I reply to every email that comes in, or we're very active on social media about engaging with people, and not just in a kind of bot kind of way, but in a genuine kind of way. The other is, I guess, admitting when we've made mistakes and running corrections and running updates and making it as clear as possible that we've done that. We try to source as clearly as possible. We're very strict about not using anonymous sources, so first and second names, and sometimes it means we sometimes can't run stories because we can't find people to go on the record, but maybe that'll come back over time and we'll be able to do that story. But I just feel like we can't slide down that path, because I've had conversations with people where they'll be reading a story and they'll see that it's all anonymous sources and they don't believe it. I guess it's basically giving readers as much information as possible so that they can make a call for themselves on whether to believe it and to treat it as not just expecting them to trust you, which is, I think, has been kind of a default, a kind of, we'll tell you what the truth is and you will understand it, and we're talking down to you in a way, but actually acknowledging that there is mistrust out there and we've got to be as transparent as possible. I guess also being transparent about funding and the business side of the publication, I think, is important too, as a part of media literacy. Like you talked about, do I mind saying whether we're financially sustainable? And actually, I don't mind at all admitting how things are going or they're not going, because I think readers should be aware of how publications are funded.